Hello everybody, in this video we will make carousel. So it is one of the most asked interview question for React in machine coding rounds. So for making carousel, first thing we have to make sure that we create a data array like I have created. So each object in that array should have a unique ID and the relevant title, description and image URL. So I have created this JSX that is a basic HTML with two buttons and one image div. So it has also has h1 h2 and p tag for description and title, etc. So we will start making the carousel from it. So for making carousel we will create a state for element, whatever element is selected. To show that element we will create this current element state. So as you can see, we have used static 0 here, so we will replace it by current item. So current item's default state is 0. Therefore, data pertaining to the 0th element of the array will be loaded, that is with the ID 1, and item 1 will be loaded. So we will create on click events for both the buttons for previous state and the next state. So for previous button we will create a function of with the name prev item, and for the next uh, button we will create a function next item. Now on clicking of next item button, we should increment the current state by 1. If it is 0, then it should become 1, and if it is 1, then it should become 2, and so on. So we have used set current item and use the previous state and edit it by 1 before returning it. So now we have to check that if our functionality is working for next button or not. So if we click on our next button, so as we can see, if we click on next button for the third item, it is throwing us error, because if we plus 1 by 1 with 3, then there is no fourth item in our list. So we have to do a check here that if the current item is the last item, then we should change the current item to 0. Otherwise we should add it by 1. So we have written a else if else statement for implementing the same. So same thing we can do it with the previous item. So name of the data was items, so we have changed it to items. Now our next button is working fine for each iteration. So we will now develop the functionality for previous item. We will copy the code of next item, just we will change the logic. So if the current item is 0, then we should set the current item as the last item. Otherwise we should reduce the current item by 1. So now we will check the next item is working fine, and previous is also working fine. So our manual transition through buttons of carousel is working fine. So now we will implement the automatic transitions for the carousel. For that we will make a use effect and we will initialize a timer in it. Like we can set a timer, like for every 2 seconds it will change the state of the current item to the next. So now we have created a constant timer and assigned a set interval to it. So after every 2 seconds, the next item function will be called and the state will be changed to next. And in this fashion, our carousel will run fine. But we have to keep in mind that we have to add a dependency for current item. If current item changes, then we have to start the timer again. So also we have to clear the timer after the state is unmounted. So we will return a function here with this, with the timer that will be cleared with it. If you don't clear interval timer on the unmounting in use effect, then on click of each next button there will be lot of timers that will be running, and our state will be not updating accurately. So now we have done everything and our browser is working fine. It is automatically working, and if we click on any button, then the functionality of button will take the precedence over the automatic working of carousel. So like if we click next, it is working fine. So there is no anonymous behavior in the timer as we have cleared the timer, and if we click on previous, it takes precedence. So that's all for this video.